This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where we air our grievances right after the game is over. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that bet is a winner, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the app today at FanDuel.com. Well, I can't honestly say I'm surprised. This bullpen has been a disaster. I think the fact that we were, kind of hoping against hope that Tanner Scott has kind of found it, and then he does this, his 10th blown save. I mean, how far down the trust tree did he fall today? Lots of talk about the trust tree over the last 14, 15 games, which the Dodgers have played pretty well in. 10-5 over their last 15. 280 batting average with runners in scoring position. So they've been effective at the plate. Starting pitching has been pretty much lights out. OHTANI, 27 Ks versus 4 walks in his last 4 starts. Had the nasty curveball tonight. The 4-seamer riding in on right-handers looked so good. But 19 2/3 innings, only 1 run for OHTANI. Tonight, 6 innings, 5 hits, 8 Ks, no runs. Yes, awesome, great. But what's the bullpen going to do? Gabriel Avila says the Dodgers are chokers. And then a foul word, and then more choking. They're not all that way, Gabrielle. Just the bullpen, and just a few select guys in the bullpen. Fortunately, we didn't see Blake Treinen tonight. He's got to be way low on the trust tree as well after his last performance, where he blew another one when the Dodgers lost the finale to the Giants. That was on Blake Treinen's shoulders. Vesia, a little shaky, but fine. I mean, we'll take it, right? 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, but got out of it. 17 pitches and got a K to finish the frame and head back to the dugout. So the fact is that the bullpen again, can't get the job done. Well, you're blocked on my part, Evan. I'd just like to let you know because Pete just won't do it. I don't know. Maybe I should block him. Yeah, I mean, it's the same old crap. I don't know. I should I block him? I don't know. I feel bad. Every now and then it's it's interesting. Rumar. This is what we should talk about tonight. Should we block Evan or not? Yeah, man. Well, Pete refuses to. Likely he don't mind the shots at our team. I haven't blocked anybody ever. I can ignore Evan. I don't know. Roy Estrada says yes. OJ says no. It's funny and interesting. There's an old adage in this business, the broadcasting business. It comes from Howard Stern. The people that love you listen, it's from the movie, right? How many people, how long did the people that love Howard Stern listen? 2 hours. How long did the people that hate him listen? 3 hours. So, you got to take the good with the bad. You can't, on your Facebook or your Instagram, if you have people that are chirping at you and saying things you don't like, yeah, block them. I do. I don't need to hear it's my feed. I don't want to hear negativity, and I don't want to see things that I don't agree with. But here, it's an open forum, right? So unless evidence, he's saying ridiculous, the same ridiculous, repetitive nonsense over and over again. But he's not saying anything offensive. It's just ignorant, so that's why I let him go. and he's a Yankees fan. You know, we have to have that other side of the viewpoint. Yeah, he spends more time here than he does with the Yankees. It appears. I mean, maybe not. But back to this disaster of a game that the Dodgers lose, up 4-0. 3 runs from Teoscar Hernandez. He had a home run. Nice piece of hitting there. He got a, what did he get? A cutter, I believe. Teo was 2 for 20 coming in, by the way. So hopefully he can keep it going down the final stretch of the regular season here, as the Dodgers do not lower their magic number, still at 3. His first at bat leads off with a 380-foot home run, his 25th of the season on a sweeper, then tripled to right center field. Ball got a little bit up, a 90-mile-an-hour cutter that didn't do a whole lot of anything. So that made it 3-0. And then Rortvedt, his first blast as a Dodger, a 2-2 cutter, 393 feet. That also was up in the zone, and he turned on it. So the offense did what they needed to do, but the bullpen came in. Look, here's where it all started for me in the bullpen.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
So OHTANI went 6. Yeah, that's good. That's what we wanted. You're not going to leave him in there more. I don't have a problem with that. He brings in Jack Dreyer. Jack Dreyer gives up 2 hits, 2 runs. The runs courtesy of Edgardo Enriquez, who had, who was up at that time? Del Castillo up there in the box. Enriquez was throwing balls a foot to a foot and a half inside of the plate, off of the plate. And Del Castillo was swinging at them. So then what is Enriquez's next pitch? One right over the heart of the plate. This guy is swinging at pitches that aren't even close to home plate, and you throw him a cock shot? Seriously? I mean, what? That's where it all went south, because that made it a 1-run ball game. Just stupid pitch selection. Ridiculous. Open your eyes. The guy is not swinging at strikes. He's swinging. Keep throwing whatever you can that is off the plate, away from the plate. Nope. Here's one right over the plate, right down Main Street with a cherry on top. 405. That ball was launched. I mean, it was like, I don't want to say BP fastball because it had a little bit more on it than that, but it didn't do a whole lot of anything. And more than anything, it was just too good a pitch at that point, right? It was like, seriously, you're going to throw that pitch? It was a 1-1 cutter to a left-handed hitter, just a little down and a little in. I mean, it's just, excuse me, just stupidity, ignorance. Like, be better. Be better. That's what this trust tree thing, the Dodgers bullpen right now, it's going to be a trust tree with like 3 limbs on it. And those limbs are going to be occupied by probably Jack Dreyer, Alex Vesia, and Anthony Banda. I don't know who else you trust right now. Any ideas? Any thoughts? I can't. All lefties too. Got to have one right. Kershaw's down in the bullpen now. We trust him more than we trust Tanner Scott, I think. Emmett Sheehan's going to be end up in the bullpen as well. So we trust him more, I think, but not in these high leverage situations in the 8th or the 9th inning. That's Vesia and Banda. So if we could get Kershaw and Sheehan to come in the 7th and the 8th, okay. I mean, it's going to have to be something like that, because this wild card series is the best of 3. I know it'll be at Dodger Stadium, but they're not afraid of blowing saves at Dodger Stadium. It's not like when they show up at the Ravine, everything turns around and they're like confident. No, it's the same garbage. The fact is that the numbers for Tanner Scott coming in weren't terrible. And we'll talk about that after the break, because you know, when you look at the last 5 outings for Tanner Scott, it's not awful. Okay. Tonight was, but the last 4 before that weren't. So the question becomes, how much trust or confidence do you have in him over this last sample size. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where we hang out after every game and break it down. Don't forget to check out the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast with Travis Rogers Monday through Friday, an in-depth examination of what's going on with the Dodger universe, especially in the bullpen. He's on Monday through Friday with the Locked On Dodgers podcast right here on the Locked On Sports Network, where we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff every week with this can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers bet $5, and if that bet is a winner, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app, anywhere you want, on anything. You think we're all wrong here about where the Dodgers are heading in this postseason and how deep they'll go, and you have faith that they can repeat, then you go back it up. Or if you think they're going to get upended by the Mets, go back it up, right? If you're like Evan and you think the Yankees are the team to beat, go back it up, Evan. If you're ready, head to FanDuel.com right now to download the FanDuel app. Again, it's FanDuel.com to get started, FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by Nutrafol. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. There are so many products out there, it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root cause of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. So Tanner Scott, his 10th blown save. That is a staggering number. Staggering number. Only one walk, hit by a pitch. That's unforgivable. And he hit him like on his toe. It wasn't even like he wore it and he gave him one to, think about it. No, he hit him on a bad pitch. He had no control tonight. It seemed like the fact that he was in a fairly high leverage situation was a little too much for him. His four consecutive scoreless innings in his last 4 outings. Okay. He had surrendered just 2 hits in his last 4 games, all 1 inning appearances. Again, 4 scoreless outings. Tonight, he gives up 2 runs, 1 hit, game over, blown save. His record's now 1-4. So to me, you look at those last 5, he was a little better. Yes. The competition was not that this Arizona Diamondbacks team is much better. They're a little better. They're 80-77 now. They're still in the wild card race. But to me, this outing basically washes those last 4 away. I'm sorry. You got to go back out and show me 4 more. Like if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm like, we don't have that many games left. Like, I don't know if there's enough time for you to build it back up again, right? You just washed away all the goodwill that you had over the last 4 games with this god-awful performance. Oh, and I don't know how we feel about Jack Dreyer either. I mean, he's been really good of late. So, I mean, with the sparseness in the bullpen, you got to say Jack Dreyer is still one of your guys. He's sitting on a pretty strong limb on that trust tree right now. I just don't love the fact that they're all lefties except for Enriquez, and he's a question mark. Oh, well, he's been pretty good too lately. Has he? I don't know. I look at Enriquez and I'm like, yeah, he's a huge question mark. Edgardo, his last 7 games, he's pitched twice, 2 innings. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits, the home run, which is tonight, 3 Ks. So prior to today, he was all right. Let's see. Last outing against San Francisco on Friday night in a 6-3 win for the Dodgers. He went an inning in the third and gave up 1 hit. The Giants offense, though, is just anemic. I mean, they are not hitting the ball well. I mean, they showed absolutely nothing in that series against the Dodgers. On Sunday, the 14th in San Francisco, Enriquez went a third of an inning, zeros across the board there. And then on Tuesday night, the 16th against Philly in a 9-6 loss, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 run, a home run, a walk. So, you know, I don't have any faith in him either. This whole bullpen to me is just a big what? Kirby Yates. We have any faith in him? Maybe a little, but he's right there with Tanner Scott, if you ask me. Kirby Yates is this far away from being awful. He could come in, like he'll go out 2 or 3 games in a row, look good, and then come out and just be a disaster. His last outing against the Giants on Saturday, a third of an inning, a home run, right? He got 1 out. On Friday, 1 inning, zeros across the board. And then, so then 5 days prior to that, he pitched in San Francisco. So he was off for a little bit there. But last 2 games, gave up a home run in a third of an inning against the Giants. And then Dodgers still win. And again, those games were very low leverage. Tonight was a little bit more high leverage. The Diamondbacks want this game. They're still playing for something. The Giants aren't. Even though it's the rivalry, their offense is trash. So I just look and I say, this bullpen is in tatters. Mark Harris says, Tanner Scott and Blake Treinen better not make the playoff roster. They are trash. Duty emoji. You know, that's a great question, Mark. I'm with you. I don't have one qualm if they are left off the playoff roster. I don't have a problem at all. Go find somebody else. Go find some dude in Oklahoma City who is just hot right now, right? Just ignorant to the entire enormity of the situation, young and naive. Just bring him in, running on adrenaline for a week. It's better than what, like Tanner Scott and Blake Treinen's heads are such a mess right now that when they go in there, they have no idea how to do what professional athletes need to do. And that is focus on the job in front of them, right? You have to be a page turner. You have to be like water on a duck's back. Let it go, move on, let it go, move on, right? It doesn't seem like either one of those guys are capable of it. They are both just head cases right now, and it's affecting their ability to be successful. Sure, in low leverage situations, fine, I don't have a problem. But in a 3-game series, there are very few low leverage situations. They're just not going to happen. The good news is Kershaw's down there. He's pitched pretty well. We can feel good about that. There has been talk that Shohei might end up in the bullpen because we have an embarrassment of riches as starters, especially in a 3-game series. You could go with Yamamoto as the 1, and then Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell. Snell would probably be the 2. Those would be your 2 starters in a 3-game series. So that leaves you even to have Tyler Glasnow in the bullpen potentially. But yeah, I'm absolutely with anybody that thinks that Treinen and Tanner Scott should not be on this. We don't need any more left-handers, and we definitely don't need any more gas cans. That is the last thing this bullpen needs right now. Sheehan's pitching well. So is Kershaw. Will Klein, I think, is in the bullpen. He looked pretty decent last time out. When did he pitch last? He pitched Saturday and Sunday. So let's see what he did. 1 inning, zeros on Saturday. And then on Sunday in the loss, he pitched 1 inning, 1 hit. So again, we don't know a whole lot about Will Klein. He's been up and down, and we've seen him a little bit. Last couple outings, okay. The fact is that compared to these other guys, Tanner, Scott, and Treinen, I'll take Will Klein 9 times out of 9 any day of the week. He hasn't shown me that he's a gas can. He's still okay. Let's see what Brooke Joker says they're talking about Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, and Glass now for starters and sending Sheehan and Kershaw to the pen. Right. I think I just said that, but not in a 3-game series. You know, you don't need 3 starters in a 3-game. Well, you potentially do, but they've got 4. So Kershaw is not going to be one of them. He was down in the bullpen today, ready to go. So, yeah, you know, I don't. Ohtani is so locked in right now. I feel dumb with the concept, thinking about the idea of putting him in the bullpen, because it's just like he's so good. But I think for 1 or 2 innings, he'd be even better. And Yamamoto's been absolutely red hot through the month of September, and so has Blake Snell. So you just got to win 2. You just got to win 2. So get your 2 best starters and then get the bullpen stacked so you can get out of this wild card round and on to the next one. So that's, yeah, Gregory, how many times should we endure this pain? I don't know. I absolutely don't know. It feels like some of these guys are Dave Roberts' nephews or something, you know, like they've got pictures of Dave Roberts and know way too much about Dave Roberts. And that's why they get to pitch. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. It's mind boggling. I know he's, you know, they have confirmed a playoff spot. I think they're pretty comfortable as the 3 seed. Let's go check that out as we wrap up here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. So they have clinched, obviously. So have the Padres. Dodgers with 88 wins. Brewers have 95, and the Phils have 92. And the Cubs have 88 as well. But the Cubs have not won they did not win the division. So the only way the Dodgers fall out of the 3 seed is if the Padres catch them, and they're only 1 game behind. They've won 4 in a row, 7 of their last 10. So that's how the Dodgers could fall back and be battling with the Cubs for the 4 seed, because the Dodgers won't be the 1 or the 2. If they win the division, they would be the 3 seed and they would face the Mets more than likely. So they got to stay ahead of the Padres or they'll be the 4 seed, and it's a whole different ball of wax, but they might not even play at home at that point. You want this wild card to be at home. That is absolutely of the essence. So they got to battle. These games are meaningful. If the Padres catch them and they fall back, that is going to be a bad look for the Dodgers. So yeah, they got to keep their foot on the gas. 88 and 69. They've lost back-to-back games, but 6 of their last 10 and 10 of their last 15 in the win column. So, History Man says Dave Roberts, in spite of his faults, is the best manager the Dodgers have had in the last 25 years or so. That's quite a statement. He has won 2 World Series. So, I don't put this on Dave Roberts tonight. I don't put many of their losses on him. Occasionally, we kind of are head scratching, but look, the overriding theory and theme here is, why is he giving these guys the ball, right? We need to win these games. Got to wrap it up. Got to keep in front of the Padres. Got to stay as the 3 seed. Do not want to fall back to the 4 seed. So, Brooke Joker, why is Conforto still playing? Because he's hot. He's batted over 300 in the last month. Through September, he's batting 300. He's fine. Conforto is not the problem. Find somebody else to bitch about. It's not Conforto. The offense is just fine. They are doing their job. 4-0 with Ohtani giving up nothing, 6 scoreless innings. The problem is the bullpen. That's it. There are no other issues. Yeah, they didn't rip the cover off the ball today. Ohtani 0 for, Mookie had a hit, Freddie had a hit, Muncy 0 for. He needs to get going. Teo accounted for 3 of the 4 runs with 2 hits, a triple and a home run. Conforto 0 for tonight, though. Tommy Edman 0 for. Andy Pajas is a little bit cold right now. And Rortvedt, his first home run as a Dodger. The offense did more than enough to win this game. The bullpen wet the bed from both sides. They wet the bed and messed the bed. Oh, that's all I got for tonight, guys. Hope we all feel a little bit better after venting about another blown save from the bullpen. Just so tired of saying it. I'm so tired of being frustrated with this godforsaken bullpen. I thought it was going to be better this year. That was the game plan. The bullpen is going to be better. But no, what they do, everyone gets hurt at the start of the season, so the bullpen pitches more innings than any other team's bullpen. We knew this was going to happen. We shouldn't be mad or surprised because we were aware of what was going on in the early part of the season, and we knew that it was going to turn into this. I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. I couldn't conceive that it would be this bad, but it is. So we live to fight another day. Turn the page. Turn the page, baby. 5-4 loss to the Diamondbacks, a walk-off. Dodgers now just one game in front of the Padres. Right back at it tomorrow night in Arizona. 6:40 first pitch. Blake Snell versus Ryan Nelson. Nelson comes in with a 7-3 record, a 3.3 ERA, 148 innings under his belt. He's given up 16 home runs, 41 walks. Wow. But he struck out 123. Blake Snell, 5-4 with a 2.4 ERA. Just 3 home runs he has surrendered, 25 walks, 67 Ks. So it's going to be another solid pitching matchup for the Dodgers tomorrow. We'll be here right afterwards to break it down when it is over. So join me here at the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate the comments, except from Evan. Not going to debate. Like, Evan thinks if he keeps saying, why won't you debate me? Why won't you debate me? Pete's afraid to debate me. What is, Evan, tell me what the benefit is to debating you. Like, I don't, this is not a debate show. If you keep that up, I am going to block you because I'm not debating you. This is not what we do here. I don't have guests, especially listeners, come on the show. That's not what, when have you seen a listener on the show? Okay. Or a viewer? Tell me that. It's never happened. That's not what we do here. Okay. Whether I wanted to or not, my producer and superiors are like, that's not what we do. Okay. We can have guests who are credentialed members of the media, former players, things of that nature. We don't just put guests on. It's not the kind of show that it is. And what's the benefit to me debating you? What? I mean, there's zero carrot at the end of that string. Zero. I don't understand what you don't get about that. And if you think I'm just going to keep saying it, he'll give up at some point and let me debate him. No, there's no debating. And another thing is, Evan, I would literally crush you. I would tear you limb from limb in a debate. When it comes to arguing, there's nothing that I do better. Okay. I am a feverish arguer. Debate. Oh, anyway, that's all. Have a good night, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.